Episode 6. Want to have a sip. Pull out your tit and take a little dip. That was it.
That was really impressive.
Episode 6.
Yeah. Welcome to episode 6. Decade Dialogue. That's the name
Dialogue.
of the show.
Woo!
Yay. And we have our first guest.
Our first guest.
Introduce our guest, Mia.
She doesn't even need an introduction. She just fills up the whole room. My best friend, Finley Taylor. Finley. Yeah.
Hi, Finley. How are you?
Hi. So honored to be here.
We're so honored to have you. I mean, at this point, we've talked about Finley so much in every single episode that
It only felt right.
it only felt right to take you on.
There's going to be so many Finley sound drop edits in this one.
Finley. Yeah.
Well, we can't do it
Or
every time we
because
say
I'm
your name.
here.
No,
Because I'm
just
here,
at the
I think-
beginning.
Yeah.
It'll just be me IRL being like, Finley. I mean, you're no, what's the word I'm looking for? You listen to our podcast.
Yeah,
You
you were there
do.
for the disaster that was a deleted episode 5.
I do think it was all my
Alright.
fault.
No.
It was not your fault, no.
It was my fault.
I was just kidding.
I'm the one that had everyone check out mentally. But we are going to start out with a fit check. So Finley, why don't you go first?
Yeah.
Okay, great. I'll do my best to recreate the format. I am wearing a little vintage blouse. It's like a remade blouse I got in the big city when I visited Mia.
Ooh.
She told me where to find it and that I should get one. I spent a long time looking through the racks. He had so many. I found the perfect one. Love it. And then I'm wearing my little Calvin Klein overalls.
Nice.
Cute.
My jewelry. And I won't throw my foot up on the table.
Like I do every
unfortunately.
week.
Yeah, I did think about it. Don't know if I'm flexible enough, but I'm just wearing some like Doc Marten loafers.
Nice.
Pretty simple. And then I have my leather jacket.
Stunning gorgeous.
Yeah.
So stunning gorgeous. Well, that's not my vibe today. I'm having the most cozy morning. So I'm so zen today.
Wow.
Finley comes into my house just fucking cracked out on
I
the 2
had-
cups of coffee.
I had 2 cups
with
of
like
coffee.
hella
I'm ready for
zoomies.
this.
I was so excited.
And I'm so excited to be here, but I'm so zen today. Maybe this will be the first episode where I don't actually no, I'm gonna be a crackhead later on. But I am wearing a Brandy Melville zip up. Oh, don't you worry, we're gonna be talking about Brandy Melville today. And I'm wearing my hair in a little pony because I can do that now.
Love.
It's the tiniest pony ever. The bangs are gone away. I know in the previous episodes I want to be a banging bitch, but we putting them away today.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wearing this t-shirt that my dad drew.
What?
He drew this, and it was for my brother when he was like 5 years old, and my brother was like, I want a shirt with a heart skull on it. And
That's
so my
cool.
dad drew it.
So
and
cute.
It fits me. And then I'm wearing sweatpants. Thank God you can't see them. And then I'm wearing my Doc Marten loafers.
I think that the cheetah jacket
Oh,
does
yes,
make
cheetah
anything
jacket.
chic.
Yes.
You can wear
Yes.
anything if you put a cheetah jacket on it.
Yeah.
It'll
You're
work.
a hot girl.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say bitch, but I'm scared to cuss.
You
Why?
can
I
cuss.
don't know why I'm
It's
scared to
YouTube.
cuss. I think I have a reputation to uphold.
Okay. Shouldn't have been on this
Right,
podcast.
right,
I'm
right.
sorry.
No, I'm so kidding. Yeah, you put a cheetah jacket on, you're a hot bitch, regardless of what you're wearing underneath.
Nice.
I feel better about that.
Yeah.
Feel better about wearing sweatpants when I have a cheetah coat now. That's
Chic.
great. Woo, Caesar.
My turn? Okay. Have I worn the dice necklace here before?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is my new favorite necklace. Well, I have a lot of favorite necklaces, so this is one of them. And then I'm also wearing this, what is it called? It's like
Pendleton?
Pendleton. Yes. Oh my God, I had it on the tip of my tongue. This is a sweater vest I just got. Really like it. It's chill.
Looks beautiful.
Underneath it, it's the Van Simpsons collab. It's just the Simpsons.
Flash your tit.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
was
gonna
gonna.
do it.
I think you should.
No, it's the back of it. I'll post a picture on here.
okay.
Yeah, post a picture.
And then I'm wearing Calvin Klein jeans. They're my favorite jeans, so shout out to Calvin Klein.
Yeah, we're
And-
both repping.
Oh, you're matching.
Yeah. And then I guess I will have to put my foot up because I just got these new sneakers.
Yeah,
Yes.
please do. Yeah, those are sick.
Yeah.
They look like Rick Owen.
They kind of do their article numbers, 100% sustainable.
Oh, you've worn
The
The old ones, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
Cool. Now I want to show my shoe.
okay. Oh, nice. Those
No.
are cool.
The red tint I've been
Yeah.
looking for forever. And I'm very glad I found them.
Nice.
Nice. Wow.
Yeah.
You guys actually do have like the same vibe going on. Very minimalist.
90s.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we were
90s.
mannequins,
That's something
we
I
could be
do
next
wanna-
to each other.
Talk about.
That's cute. Well, yeah, let's just jump into the Brandy Melville of it all.
Oh my god.
A couple episodes ago, we talked about how, you know, this documentary was coming out, and I am an ex-Brandy Melville employee. I worked there for 4 years, like bordering on 4.5. And wow, we have all watched it in this room. How about The Outsiders? What's your perspective on it?
Of that company?
Company, documentary, what'd you think about it?
I'm just really fascinated by like the day to day because like of like what goes on in that store. Not necessarily the one where the main guy was at, but like at your store where it's like if they picked people that were, but they had to, right? Because it made it in the documentary, it made it seem like they just picked like random people that were incompetent, but there had to be people that actually knew how to run a store in there. So that's what fascinates me is like, how did it work? You know, was there people that were just there for the look, and were they just horrible employees?
Not at my location. I can't say that for every other location, but for a while, I worked at the Newport Beach location. And for a while, that was the best store like across the country.
But it was because Morgan was hiring.
Yes, exactly. So my best friend, Morgan, who was my store manager for that location, she's incredible. And she's actually in the documentary. She's like at the last snippet of it, last 18 minutes, where they call her a communist. And that's actually the whole reason why there's lawsuits against, I mean, there was already lawsuits against Brandy Melville previously, but like the big blow up was because of her, because Stefan wanted her to be fired, and they didn't say his name. It was two actors like resembling the two past Brandy employees. His name was and he loved Morgan, not in a gross Brandy Melville way, but like
because
just,
she actually knew how to run a store.
She ran a store so incredibly, and Stefan wanted her fired, and he was like, no, I'm absolutely not doing that. And so he's the reason that, you know, there's a lawsuit and got lawyers involved and stuff like that. So she was actually really worried to see her part, because we knew that she was going to be in it because she was in the Business Insider article. And the fact that she found out that the person that she really admired actually like didn't say anything horrible about her.
Stood up for her.
Yes, like she was over the fucking moon. So, but yeah, she ran the store really, really well. So I can't say that she, you know, she was hiring people just fully based on looks and to just stand there.
Like obviously there had to be some people that were doing a good job, like running it correctly.
Yeah.
But I think based on other stores that I've been into, that is the case for some stores, as they're hiring solely off of aesthetic purposes. And you go in and it is chaos. And it has always baffled me. Like, I think every girl in our generation has a strange relationship to Brandy Melville, regardless of which side you're on. And I do think it's fascinating. Like, it just took the world by storm so fast. If you weren't wearing it, you were an outsider. And trying to wear it, if you didn't fit the look or whatever, like, caused... I don't want to say trauma. That's such a heavy word. But
no, but it really is true. It's like if you weren't wearing it, it was kind of like, why is
you
that bitch
don't
not wearing
matter.
Brandy Melville?
You don't matter, and you had preconceived notions put on you. And teenage girls, especially like middle school age teenage girls, are the scariest people on the planet. Like the kind of warfare that happens in middle school between teenage girls is not
crazy.
like, honestly, sometimes I wish girls were more like boys, where like you got in a fight, you punched each other, and then you moved on. You were best fucking friends.
Can you imagine
this
bitches
is like,
start punching each other because they're not wearing Brandy Melville? That's crazy.
But like, it was like psychological warfare, which starts this huge like overthinking, self-conscious, where you're already going through puberty. You don't need one more thing to be self-conscious about. And now there's this pressure to look a certain way and wear the same things. And I have been a thrifter since I was little. My mom always thrifted. And I would show up to school in thrifted clothing. And from the second I moved to my middle school, and from the second, like my first day, and everyone was wearing Brandy Melville, I was doing everything I could to thrift Brandy Melville. And I obviously did, but yeah, it was I wasn't really even conscious of it. I just knew I wanted it because I wanted to fit in and I didn't want to stand out and I didn't want to be bullied. But like the fact that it's always been one size, the fact that they don't do any marketing, the fact that it is all skinny white girls working there and you have to fit into a certain mold. Like, it's so strange.
Well, that's what's so culty about it, though. Like, going back on, like, you said there was no marketing, though. You just find a bunch of pretty girls on the street, offer them a job, and then they start wearing the clothes. They start posting it on Tumblr, Instagram. That's free marketing.
Yeah,
You don't have to hire anybody from the outside. You just get that.
Yeah.
And then you get a bunch of really pretty girls, being like, shop here, shop here.
Like original influencers, if you think about it. Like, using social media just as Instagram was coming to age.
Yeah.
And I think, and schooling being your marketing, the prettiest girl in school shows up wearing something, you're done.
It's crazy.
Is it still that way? Is it just you grow out of that phase on your own, but teen girls are still like, this is my thing? I think so, right? Because the sales are still high.
I mean, every time I go into Brandy Melville, it is age 10 to 18-year-old girls. Yeah. And then some 20 to 30-year-old girls who I think were wearing it in middle school. And the frustrating thing is that it is relatively affordable. And it is straight up basics.
Yeah.
Straight up basics, which not a lot of places have affordable basics anymore.
But they've changed because when I started working there, it was obviously like what they got really known for was like basically the softest fabric you've ever felt in your whole life. And then they ended up changing all of their fabrics and ended up changing, like they had huge bright colors in the store. I mean, any girl who I'm about to say this, they're going to know it right off the top of their head. But like that cheetah turtleneck long sleeve, like they brought in cheetah print. They brought in like basically that like early 2000s kind of like grungy alternative, which I think is so funny that they call Morgan a communist and it's like only hires alternative grunge girls. It's like that's literally the clothes you were making. How are you like not gonna hire girls who dress exactly like that? And then when I was learning how to do visuals for that store, the first wall that I ever created was like this completely colorful, looks like fucking Easter threw up all over this wall. And then literally like 2 weeks later, we got like a company-wide memo while I was training, basically being like, okay, so this is how like walls and tables are gonna look now. White, gray are the only neutral colors that you can use, and then like a pop of a color.
Which is like dark blue or like dark red or something.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that neon was in cheetah print and
it happened for probably like 9
seconds,
months, and then it was gone.
Yeah.
So we completely were just like, oh my God. Everyone who was training as a like a manager or a visual was just like, oh my God, what are we gonna do?
Right.
And like if you tried to go outside the box of like how you wanted the store to look, they were like,
fired.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Because we had to send pictures at the end of the night of like making sure the store was like completely clean. And
so you were there till what, like 4 a.m. as underage
so like
girls?
If the store was, this was before, because there was a lawsuit that went out against like labor laws. Me and my friend Brianna were 16 working at the store, and we used to have to stay until like basically 3 a.m. if the store wasn't cleaned up all the way. And then when I became a manager, we actually started sending people home. But then I was the only one who had to stay. So I'd be in the store alone, cleaning the store by myself.
Damn.
But I think it's a very interesting, Brandy Melville right now is kind of the epitome of two things we're seeing in the retail business that are issues that are approaching very quickly is labor laws and how you treat your employees, who you're hiring, the turnover rate, wages, livable wages, and also fast fashion and the fact that the trend cycle is moving so quickly.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that's something we've all experienced it working in retail is how crazy that is getting.
Yeah. I'm the last store manager that I talked to, she actually came in where we work, and she was like, oh yeah, everyone's maxed out at 18 an hour. this 18-year-old who
Damn.
was a store manager. First of all, 18-year-old being a store manager, that's
Yeah.
insane. Making 18 an hour along with everybody else.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
crazy.
It's crazy.
Pretty
And the fact
fucking
that,
crazy.
fast food now,
Is
their
making
minimum
20.
wage is making 20 if you work at McDonald's.
Hell, I'm gonna go work at McDonald's.
Well, you can't because everyone and their mom now wants to work at McDonald's
Right.
because it's the only way you can afford to buy groceries and gas.
Right.
Like,
It's crazy.
yeah, it hits on a lot of really hot topics
Yeah.
right now. And there's a lot of crazy stuff in that documentary.
It was choppy though.
It wasn't
do you mean?
cinema, let me tell
it's
you.
like
Oh, like, okay, yeah.
yeah, like they were talking about Brandy Melville. Like I think they just wanted an excuse to talk about Brandy Melville, but then they like incorporated like fast fashion and like showing those scenes of like all of our shit from the United States being shipped over to what
Yeah,
was
I
it?
feel like that didn't connect as much.
Yeah, like all of a sudden it was like, oh, Brandy Melville, and then it was just like a wide shot of like all of our clothes just like drifting in the ocean. It was
Yeah.
like, what's
It did look like they took two documentaries and spliced
Yes.
them together.
I also do fully want to say I'm not gonna, out this bitch by name, but there was a girl in that documentary who's basically like carrying the documentary. She was I don't want to say it too much. I don't want to say too much about
It's okay.
her.
One of the girls
She was in it.
talking.
One of the girls who was talking basically asked to be in the documentary.
Mm.
Worked there for probably anywhere from like 6 months to a year. Barely showed up to her shifts and was like, "This is what happened at Brandy Melville."
Yeah.
I'm not trying to take away from any person's experience
Damn.
from there,
No,
but like
why her?
I'm sorry, she just like she did not go under that much scrutiny.
Yeah.
Like she was working in sales, she had to fold the floor. This was after the fact that like the labor laws went in. Like she was fine.
Damn.
she was fine.
Shots fired.
like she just was. So it's like, and I think the only reason I can speak on that is like I have friends who worked there for 8 years and went through some of the worst things possible. And me and my friend Brianna, who worked there for 4 years, went through some stuff too. And it's just like when I see stuff like that, I'm just like, ugh.
She saw her
Okay.
claim to fame and she grabbed it.
Yeah, and
Kudos.
and that's the only thing that I'm gonna applaud her for.
Yeah.
Is bitch, if I had that opportunity, like if I knew this documentary was being made, I would have DM'd the fucking director of that shit, and I would have got on it.
Yeah.
I would have.
They would have put you on there too.
Oh,
hell
yeah.
Yeah.
Or they would have been like, this bitch is not what we thought.
We just need to make a documentary about
Right.
her.
We
Like,
thought
this-
she was gonna be blonde, long hair, like kind of
Yeah.
quiet, kept to herself. Never mind.
I did notice though, every girl in that documentary had the same style tattoos.
Yeah.
And I did think that was really funny.
It's interesting.
It did make me wanna
Crazy. How do we feel about the button in the New York location that they had to press every time they saw a pretty girl that would signal up to?
No, he would shine
the
button would light up.
Well,
And they would have to
no, there was a button that lit up, but they would also have to press a button.
Oh, so you could
on
come
the
look at
register.
her.
Yes,
And I mean, sure, let's talk about perverts too. That's a fucking hot topic.
it was correct. Like I think a lot of the really brutal stuff happened in New York.
Oh, for sure.
Like a lot of it. I mean, I had an area manager who was like the worst person ever. She actually to my face was, later to my face, but at first went up to Morgan and was, talking about me and was like, why did you hire her? She doesn't have it. I don't get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't care that you're a great worker.
And then she came into the place where we worked to sell her clothes. And she also got fired from that company. She got fired from Brandy Melville because she was doing other shit on the sign.
Damn.
Yeah. So,
Well, I have a question
Karma
for
comes
you.
back around.
So, how do you feel towards the brand now? I mean, obviously you're wearing it, and like people still wear it. So, like, what is the like relationship with it? Like, you're just like, oh, it happened to me. I don't like. Is it traumatic at all, or you're?
I mean, like I didn't. My shit from that company was not from the company. It was mainly from
Teenage girls.
Yes. Like so I worked there and then I ended up leaving for a little bit and coming back. And that's when a lot of my problems came from that because my original store manager wasn't there. I was the visual manager now. And I was just dealing with a lot of like there was a girl who was completely jealous that I got the position and she didn't, and she was aggressive and rude and terrible. But I had some of the best memories working at Brandy Melville when I first did. And I hope that goes for some people. I like would hope to God that some people who worked at Brandy Melville, you know, made the friendships that they did. Like some of my closest friends are the people that I met there. And it's like I can still look back and have some of the fondest memories of that. And even though I was so young doing like crazy manual labor, God, I loved it.
The children yearn for the mines.
Yeah,
the children yearn for the mines.
Like I couldn't even say that it was bad. And like, yeah, I don't like that I still want to shop there after watching that, but it's also like, you know, I feel bad for everything that happened, and I still think it's a really shitty company, but we knew it was a shitty company. That Business Insider, that Business Insider article came out like 2 years ago, and like we thought that was gonna rock the world.
No.
And I think their marketing and their sales went up higher than ever because of that.
But yeah, I do think, I mean, everything nowadays is conflicting.
Yeah.
Like, we know Amazon is horrible.
Right. We still out here fucking Amazon Prime and everything.
Yeah. I mean, I do.
Looking at me like, I mean, yes, I guess.
I'm like, I know.
But yeah, I think, everything is conflicting. Like, microwaves cause cancer.
Yeah.
Right.
What? There's only so much we can do. And I think unless you're devoting your life to becoming an activist, there's some selfish, I don't want to say selfish, but like there's some things you have to do for your own peace of mind. I think it's all balance in that like you can try hard to be a good person and do the best you can. And there's also some things that we're forced to live a certain way because of the systems that we live under. And until things radically change, like people are using paper towels. People are using single-use plastic. People are shopping at Brandy Melville. People are shopping at Amazon. Like, there's really, like...
And I do want to say, like... And the biggest part in that documentary is obviously, like, talking about fast fashion. And it's like, you know, do your part. Don't buy all of your clothes fast fashion. But if you can... They also talk about thrifting. It's like, if I'm not shopping at Brandy Melville... all of my stuff is vintage.
Right. But I do think it's being conscious about your turnover in your closet.
Right.
Because there's absolutely people who go spend $200 on micro trends.
Yeah.
And then a week later, throw them away.
Yeah.
And I think
absolutely.
We're all, I mean, at least everyone that I know is conscious of our, like, consumption. So, like, if I'm going to buy something from Brandy Melville, it's because I'm going to wear it until it gosh darn falls apart.
Yeah.
Like, I think, obviously I know you, and I know that's how you shop as well. We're very conscious about what we're buying. We're not buying stuff to throw it away. Yeah. We're buying things we're going to use. We're buying things we're going to cherish. Like, we're not reckless with our consumption. Yeah, no. And I think a lot of people don't live that way. And I mean, we see it at the job. Like, people are getting rid of stuff like crazy and not recognizing, like, just not being intentional with what you're doing in your life. And I think that's an overarching, huge issue with humanity is, like, you're not being intentional.
No. Yeah, no.
And that's what sucks, too, because it's, like, that fast fashion stuff, like, some of the brands, like, it's really shitty quality. And so, it's not going to work for you, and you're like, okay, I'll donate it, but, like, it's not going to work for anybody.
You're right.
Like, it's still going to be a shitty t-shirt to the person that got it for free because you got donated, and it's not going to work.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think there's also a difference in quality between Brandy Melville and things like Shein.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So Yeah,
like, there's varying degrees of, like, quality.
Yeah.
And,
I think quality over quantity in everything and balance in everything. And I think, just being intentional. There's things that you can, like, no one cares what you do except for you. So do your best.
Right. I don't think me buying a little Brandy Melville white t-shirt is going to make the world implode. Like, I think everything else is going to make the world implode.
Right. And there's only so much we can do. Like, is the world going to explode tomorrow? Fucking maybe. Yeah. So, like,
may as well wear my cute white shirt.
Go get a $7 coffee. Go get a $7 coffee. Like, it's not like you can buy a goddamn house.
Yeah. Right.
So, yeah. So, whatever.
Yeah. I agree.
Whatever.
Have you heard of the song United States of Whatever?
It's awesome. Go listen to it.
Yes, I have. Yeah.
I was going down to the beach and I saw Kiki. And she was all like, ugh. And I was like, whatever.
That's always cool.
I love it. I just showed Finley that the other day. Well, you actually just kind of mentioned that you used to work with us.
I did.
Yeah.
And actually, Finley has already worked at the place where we worked a few years prior, and then ended up coming back, and then left again. How baller. She said,
I said, I'm going to use you and discard you. Yeah. Like all of my fast fashion. No, I'm just kidding.
No,
Wow.
I am.
Okay.
I don't throw away clothes. I'm very intentional with my buying, and I do donate. I contribute to the cyclical fashion trend.
You're not going to get canceled. It's okay.
Thank you so much. So, oh yeah, it does deserve that. Thank you so much. I'm a good person, I swear.
Yeah.
No, I do stalk Mia for jobs. It's a trend. It happens. Although, actually, I think you started working it for after me.
It's not like I knew you, though, and was like, oh, I'm going to work at this job.
No,
like,
I was just kidding.
I just happened to fall in love with you while also working.
Yeah, we just keep
that
ending
job.
up at the same place.
Yeah. Which, honestly, I don't want to work any other job now if Finley's not an employee.
Got it.
Like, I don't. We just work so well together. I mean, should HR fire us for the things that we have done in the workplace?
We keep it above board for the most part.
Right.
We may say some risky things, but not in front of customers.
No. Like, we're very intentional with it. Like, when we first met at Sephora, like...
Oh, yeah, that was
it went from, like, 0 to 100.
So
like,
fast.
we met, and then she
Instant
left
best
for
friends.
3 weeks
Yeah.
and went on a trip and then came back. And, like, I was like...
Mia
thank
thought about
God.
me the entire time.
Wow. It was disgusting.
Waiting for me to come back.
Yeah, and then we came back, and, like, little did we know we were actually flirting with each other.
Oh, everywhere, all the time.
Everywhere. And then, like, we hung out the first time and immediately was like, I have a boyfriend. And she was like, okay.
I was like, okay. Didn't know this was a
sorry, I'm
date.
baby gay. I don't understand what's happening right now.
Yeah. Yeah, we do have an awesome... I want to hear... So, Mia worked at the place of work before I came back. Mm-hmm. And you were there.
Yeah.
And then I came shortly after. Mm-hmm. I do want to see, like, I'm always curious from an outsider's perspective of Mia and I, because we get some very interesting reactions to our friendship. Yeah. And I do want to know, like, in a workplace from a coworker perspective, if you ever... I'm being I'm like, tell me about me.
No, I never felt like I thought you guys were funny, and I didn't think it was anything more than that. Like,
No,
I
of
wasn't
course
like,
not.
oh, these people, they need to stop.
No, I know. But, like, did you look at us and, like... Because
Did you get an inkling of, like, oh...
They were a little closer than they might have let on.
What was you? Were you trying to hide that?
Yeah, kind of.
We tried to be... I mean, I tried to be...
I mean, because I was a manager at the time, so it was like...
So you're saying if I noticed that you guys were best friends?
Yes.
Yes, I did. But it didn't bother me, and I didn't think there was anything wrong with it. But now that you're saying because you were the manager, I guess that was it. I guess I just don't really pay attention. I didn't really care that much. Like, I was just like, oh, they're friends. What's the big deal?
See, this is what I'm saying. Caesar's just such a chill bro.
Yeah.
Because why would it be a problem? And that's where it's like... But I can see that now.
I think because also at the place we worked before, the second we started being, like, friendly and hanging out outside of work... We didn't even tell anyone we were hanging out outside of work, but I think it was very, like, we were very clearly
apparent.
drawn to each other. Yeah. They immediately stopped scheduling us together, which was horrifying, terrible. I didn't even want to go. I'm pretty sure you quit and then I quit.
Right.
Soon after that. Yeah. But I think going into this next job, I was like, okay, we're keeping it professional. And I honestly think we did a pretty good job until we were all so close at our job. We talked about everything. We were just having a good time.
We're talking about us in our current... Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's true.
So I think I got comfortable really quick, and then everyone knew and no one cared.
Well, also, before you even came, I was talking about you all the time.
Mia has a habit of doing that.
Right. So it was just like people kind of already just like knew who you were. And I feel like I painted a pretty good picture of like who you were too. So they just like automatically knew how to talk to you, knew how to joke around with you, and then it was that.
Shout out Michelle.
Shout out Michelle.
Shout out Michelle, because there was no awkwardness with Michelle. I'm pretty sure at the first day of work, she...
Literally, like, my second interview, Michelle came up to me and was like, are you so nervous and excited?
Yeah,
and I'm
best
like,
friends.
Yes.
Best friends, immediately. Love Michelle.
She's great.
But yeah, so I think what I was getting at was like every time anyone has been in a room with Mia and I, they've made a comment, so one way or another, being like, "You guys are insane together," or like
my boyfriend at the time when he was first meeting Finley was like, we were just having a conversation.
We were in a group of people like hanging out outside.
Me and her were just like having a conversation, and we just like disappeared into the conversation, and then just like we're dying laughing, and then just like kind of pulled back and like came back into the group. And my boyfriend at the time was like, wow, like I love the way you guys talk to each other. How long have you guys known each other? And we're like 2 weeks.
Yeah. Like it's been magnetic.
Wow. Yeah.
We are in our own little world when we're together. Yeah. Every time we go to shows, no one else is there. No. Like,
especially the last show we went to.
Oh, we had a blast.
That was very fun.
But
I feel like from my perspective, like if two people really like to be around each other and they're doing a good job, then there's nothing wrong with that.
Right. And it makes it a better workplace. I think if everyone's having fun, as long as everyone's working hard.
Yeah, my old job, I was talking to one of the managers, and he was like, if they like each other, why would we separate that? Like, just let them have fun. They're supposed to have fun at work.
Yeah,
I completely agree.
And I think it makes customer experience better.
Yeah.
Way better. Never have I ever gone into an establishment where coworkers were smiling and having fun, having a conversation, being like, ew. No.
Having fun?
Yeah, gross. Don't want to be in here. Like, I think it's more awkward when you go into somewhere and it's silent.
Yeah.
And no one's talking. You're like,
yeah. I agree. I completely agree. Well, we also wanted to talk about Coachella.
Okay.
Did you ever get to go?
Like to the actual Coachella?
Yeah,
Have I not told you that I went for like 8 years in a row? Yeah, from
That's
like 2012 to 2019. Or I guess, it was.
Oh, you were like in the prime Coachella.
2012, 2019, I went every year, yeah. And
damn.
Well, good, because
are you going this year?
I have a lot of thoughts. I have a lot of questions.
Yeah.
And that's perfect that you can attest
I'm a Coachella expert, yeah.
To this. Good.
Good. Well, the main thing that I saw from Coachella this year, I didn't even really look at the lineup. I feel like the first thing that I always care about, especially being like an outside observer, is like who's wearing the fucking cutest fits. And this year looked so fun. Not one like crazy outfit. Like it was DIY, it was casual, it was giving like later 2000s, early 2010s, just fucking like racerback tank top and like denim micro mini shorts and like boots and like just normal. Like people were just like dressed normal and then just like I didn't see a lot of posts about it like while it was happening. I'm seeing a lot of posts after the fact, but like even those posts, it's like people were just like enjoying the music and like didn't care about what they were wearing, and it was just so awesome.
Well, I think this year it was a little more low key because it didn't sell out. For this weekend's not sold out, and I think it just didn't make as big of an impact.
Interesting.
And I think it's kind of losing its like trendy edge. And I hope it goes back to how it used to be, which is just like interesting music that I want to check out.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope because it
people
already has that
there for
reputation.
the music instead of James Charles assless chaps.
Right.
Like,
and I went through to Coachella when all that was happening, and it was just like kind of embarrassing.
Crazy
I was like, I want to
embarrassing.
go and enjoy the music.
Yes, and I like the direction it's going in, for sure. And I'm glad that people aren't posting about it. I wish more people. I'm not even a festival person, but like, I don't love when everyone's watching shows like this. Just watch the show. Just listen to music. Take your pictures before, take your pictures after. Enjoy the time with your friends. Yeah. Like every once in a while getting a little snippet. Great. I just like it's people seem to be going for the experience, and I think that's how people were used to going. And we kind of lost it there in the beginning. Yeah. But I think like even most of the things I saw about Coachella this year was about the music, less about the outfits. And the thing that did strike me was Guess was one of the like sponsored houses party, whatever. And it used to be Revolve. Yeah. And you were saying like early 2010s, late 2000s. But I do think the 90s, we are in the 90s cycle. And I do really like that because, well, I like it and I don't. Like I'm a 90s girl.
Yeah, but it's like you have the two spectrums where it's like very minimalist and very simple, and then like grungy alternative, and like it's not fucking Shein cowgirl fucking bullshit. Like it's just like normal.
Yeah, you can wear all of that stuff on your day-to-day basis, and I think Yeah, I do enjoy the fashion, and I really loved the lineup. It just did seem like Coachella was for the girlies this year.
Yeah.
And and we were talking about it in the car when we were talking about Coachella. Coachella this year felt like the vibes at an all-girl party.
Wow.
No one's trying so hard. Everyone's being themselves. Everyone's relatively casual. They're not dressing for the male gaze. They're not being over the top. They're not trying to impress anybody. Everyone's just themselves and having a good time. And like the lineup was so girly pop. Gwen Stefani, Lana Del Rey, Billie Eilish, Renee Rapp, Chaperone.
Did you see
Last Dinner Party.
Did you hear Billie Eilish's snippet for a couple of her songs that came
Not
out?
yet, no.
This new album, everyone's freaking out about the Taylor Swift album. I'm going to come out, cancel me for this if you cancel me for anything. I do not like Taylor Swift. I am
God.
not
Get
a
mad.
Swiftie. I'm not a Swiftie.
Yeah.
Yo, Swiftie fans are fucking dangerous. Be
They're
careful with that.
scary. And honestly, I really do think that one of the reasons I don't like Taylor Swift is her fan base.
Yeah.
You don't know her. You don't know her.
Hot take.
Don't
Hot
care
take.
so much.
Here's a hot take. Getting into a hot take.
God, talk about hot takes. I'm going to come on this show just to give you my hot takes and walk away. Also think
Walk
maybe I
away.
should start a Twitter because I don't think anybody actually wants to
Hot
hear
take.
them.
Twitter's out.
Okay, exactly my point.
Okay.
Twitter's out. I'm getting on Twitter.
Yeah.
I don't
She's
want to
bringing it
be.
back.
No, I don't want to bring it back. I want to be on Twitter by myself, tweeting to myself.
no one.
Because no one cares about my hot takes. My hot take this morning. My hot take this morning. That's why you're my best friend.
No one cares. By the way, here it is.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna tell you. No one cares, but I care. This is my hot take. Is hot drinks taste better in ceramic. Do not put a hot drink in plastic. Do not put a hot drink in cardboard. Hot drinks only.
Drinks and cardboard. Let's talk about that.
Well, to-go cups. Think about to-go cups at coffee shops.
Sure.
You cannot drink a hot drink in anything but ceramic. It changes the taste fully. Ceramics or glass. Ice drinks, doesn't matter. Put it in a plastic cup. Don't care. Hot drinks only
agree.
taste good in ceramics. They did something with glass. They did something with ceramics. That's my hot take.
I only ever drink
Also,
tea.
bald people sometimes don't look like they're bald. Anyways.
What?
My dad listening to this is gonna be like, huh?
No, your dad
I
looks bald.
agree.
No. But
That was awesome.
so it was for the girlies. I don't like Taylor Swift. I'm not excited about her album dropping. Don't care.
And
Don't
we
post
don't
about it.
like hot drinks in anything other than ceramic.
Yes.
Period.
I'm gonna start holding them. Like I'm gonna
How do
start
I take this mic out
being,
and fucking drop it?
yeah, being that person that's like walking around the club with a mug
Yeah.
and some tea, or like the grocery store, or on my hawker walk.
Please, when you're fucking playing that back, screenshot my face during that because
Okay, well.
that shit was crazy.
I'm gonna be that
crazy.
person. That's how I bring mystery back into my life.
So
Walk
you're
around
not
with a
going to
mug.
watch my Taylor Swift reaction album video? You're not
Oh,
gonna.
I'll watch it if you ask me to really
You're
nicely and
such
say
a
the magic
fucking-
words.
You know what you are?
But I'm excited
you
for
are?
the Billy album
Me too.
drop.
Me
You're just eating that shit up. You said I'm gonna get famous however I can. Taylor Swift. I wish I could be you.
Nah.
I enjoy listening to the music and discussing it. I'm not a Swiftie, like, per se.
He's a Swiftie.
No, like, if it's a good song, I'll say it's a good song, but I'm not going out of my way to be like, oh, I love Taylor Swift.
take me.
That's the only good Taylor Swift era is the first two albums. Anyways, dropped off after Red. Anywho, I'm not excited about the Taylor Swift album. I don't care. Don't post about it. Am I salivating for the Billy album?
Yeah.
Me too.
Yes.
That one's, yeah.
God, I feel like we should just play the snippet right now.
You want me to insert it in here?
Yeah, please, fucking pull it out on your phone.
Okay.
Go.
Which one?
Or, wait,
The
I'll
lunch
do it.
one.
I'll do it.
Okay, you got it.
Oh,
So I can
lunch?
connect my phone
Yeah.
to this
See,
thing.
I'm
You're a Barbie bitch.
Lunch is incredible, beautiful.
So if
awesome.
anybody knows what we're talking about, bear with me while I just re-explain it, while I fucking mansplain this iconic gay moment between Billie Eilish and Odessa. Oh my god.
as a gay woman, Renee Rapp, Billie Eilish, and Odessa in the
Delish.
same place at the same
Give me a kiss on my
time.
mouth.
That's my Roman Empire.
Yeah.
All right, so the snippet is called Lunch?
Yes.
Okay, here it is.
This song is the epitome of the gay experience, and I will not say anything else.
Okay, we gotta stop it.
That shit's hot.
I'm excited for this too.
I could eat that girl for
She
lunch.
dances on my tongue.
She dances on my tongue.
Is that
It's
what
a craving, not a crush. I want to buy her so much stuff. At my girlfriend.
That's so hot.
I can't wait for that album too.
Yeah, that's gonna be good.
I'm a Billie Eilish fan.
If the
I'm a
Barbie
Billie Eilish
song,
fan.
if the Barbie song isn't on it, I will
No, it
throw
is.
a riot. It better be.
It is. It's the second one.
It better be.
It's the second one.
Really? She put it on the album?
Better be.
Yeah.
Why would she do that? She would.
She's not doing any singles.
Oh, and
She's
that's
just
why she put
releasing
that on
the
there?
album. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't believe you.
No, not the Barbie song.
Oh,
Like there's a song
What Am I Made
that
For?
like
It talks about Barbie.
yeah, no,
Okay.
it talks about Barbie.
Oh.
Do you think I was gonna hit you?
Yeah.
Why does everyone think that? I'm not.
I'm a flincher too. It's okay.
Yeah.
I'm a flincher.
God.
have like
All I
nervous
want to
energy.
do is just like play with your hair. I'm done.
Caesar wears his hair like I wish Wayne would wear his hair.
Shout out Wayne.
I want to see your hair. I want to see it. People who have long hair and only put it up, either let me see it, let me touch it, or cut it off.
Like you're wearing a wig.
Like the people that do this.
Yeah.
Are you wearing a
Man
wig?
bun.
No, I.
How funny would that be if the whole time Caesar's hair was fake?
Oh my god. For like the year that I've known you, a year and a half.
And then one day he just takes off his
He's like,
fucking
"Guess
wig.
what?"
Reveal?
Oh wow.
Wig reveal.
That would be cool. That would be really cool.
Snatch it. Snatch it right off.
Wig reveal.
I would take
No, I
your
like my
hair
hair.
and
I
then
don't know
run
what to do
away
with
and
it.
then cancel the podcast.
Okay.
Have we talked about how I was gonna get a mullet?
Yes, and I want you to. I want you to
You
get a
should.
shag. I really do.
You think it would work for me? I
Yes.
Think, yeah, okay.
And I think it would help you lean into
Different styles.
yes,
Yeah, I think
yes.
so.
But also I think I am such a strong believer in hair as an accessory.
Mm-hmm.
It is so an accessory
agree.
and it's one of the best ways you can express yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And if your hair is doing it, everything else will do it.
You're right. I agree.
Like, and I've had my hair so many colors and I think about dyeing my hair every single day.
But she has me, so I tell her not to.
Yeah, because I'm also going through a mental breakdown every single day. So everyone's like, no, I'm not going to dye your hair black. Are you kidding? So,
I'm like, bitch, spend $300 if you want somebody to fuck up your hair. I'm not helping you.
yeah, totally. But I do think, like, every hair color I've ever had has influenced me pretty heavily. And I do, like, you can wear all black if your hair is cool. You look cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although my worst hair, I did this thing where I got a mullet. The mullet was not the bad part. The mullet was great.
Stunning
I looked
gorgeous.
so good.
Stunning gorgeous.
I did this thing where I dyed my hair brown, and if anybody knows me, I do this thing where I'm like, oh, I want brown hair, and then I have a mental breakdown because I'm like, you're blonde. Why did you dye your hair brown? Also, everyone's probably like, your hair's brown right now.
No, it's
not.
different. It's different.
It's not.
The pipeline of blonde baby to dark blonde hair, brown dye will never capture a natural hair color.
Never.
Like my hair, if I could have my full natural hair color, I would.
Right.
But dyeing it the natural hair color
Terrible.
will never look the same.
Yeah. So like,
It's about undertones.
Yes.
It's fully about undertones in the way it catches the light, and dye cannot replicate that.
And so I did this thing where I dyed my hair brown for the 500th time, even though I hate it. And you know what I did? Dyed the underneath of my bangs blonde. I'll try and find a photo. So
I
you can
tried
answer
to talk
it
her out of
because-
it.
Oh,
like
no,
a good
you
friend.
didn't.
Yes,
Oh my
absolutely.
God.
No, you
I-
didn't.
Mhm.
No,
you
you
showed
didn't.
it to me, and I was like,
You literally didn't.
but also the thing is, you can't tell Mia what to do ever. Ever. If you
you're
tell her,
one to talk. You literally like, if I tell you not to dye your hair, you're still gonna be like, yeah, I'm dyeing my hair.
no, yeah.
It's our hair. Like, that's just our thing. You
Right.
can't tell us what to do. But
No,
this bitch did
exactly.
don't even come out here saying that you were like, don't bleach your
Well,
bangs.
I didn't yell at you to not do it, but I wasn't wildly enthusiastic about it. I did try and sway you to other
You
options.
literally were just like, do it. And I was like, okay. So I did it.
I don't remember
And
it that way.
it
But it's okay.
was not.
It's her worst.
It was
She
not cute.
claims it's her worst.
It's my
look.
worst look. Worst look. And maybe if I was like happier, because I was not happy then. Never dye your hair, do anything with it when you are mentally not okay.
Right. I mean, I think she looked good anyways. Because Mia always looks good. Mia has had a shaved head bright green and looked like a hot bitch.
Wow.
Like I really do think she has the face guard that could have anything. Wear
Listen,
anything.
I'm a hot bitch, but not hot enough bitch to have brown hair. And
I think
here's
it
the
was-
thing,
it was the
even
brown.
bleach. It wasn't even bleach hair that was like white. It was like
No,
yellow.
it was yellow. I think the top hair wasn't dark enough and the bottom
Yeah.
hair wasn't light
Oh my
enough.
It was
God.
just so bad.
Sounds like a disaster.
It was so
a little
bad.
bit
We need to put a
disaster.
picture here, though.
Yes,
Yeah,
please
I'll try
upload
and
a
find
picture.
one. I'll try and
please
find
do.
one. I'll try and find one because it was absolutely terrible.
This is a visual show.
Yeah.
People need to see.
It's so funny. Like, it is visual, but also for the for the girlies who aren't watching it and we're just describing stuff?
No, I think you really do have to watch the podcast with the video because I have
yeah.
tried to watch it without, and it's good, but the video does enhance it too.
Yeah.
Because Mia cannot. Exactly my point. Mia cannot have a thought or internal feeling without it reading all over her face.
Yes,
and
exactly.
her facial expressions and Caesar's facial expressions make everything.
Thank you.
Aw.
Wow.
I like your guys' faces. Is basically what I'm trying to say.
Our faces look good together.
Cute and
We react to each other
awesome.
well. Spot it.
Cute and awesome. So I do think if you're listening to the podcast and you're like, huh, watch the video
Yeah.
with the podcast and then you'll be
No,
okay.
I mean, last week, the thumbnail was just all of Mia's faces.
Okay, she did. Can I show it? She posted that on her Instagram, and I was watching it again on the treadmill and paused it at this moment, which I thought was really ironic when she posted that because I paused it at this moment. And I screenshotted it, and I was like, "This is the best thing I've ever seen
That's so funny.
in my life. I will be using this as blackmail later on."
Yeah.
And then later on that day when she posted about it, she was like, "The many faces of Mia Nash," and I swiped up and I was like,
That
"Oh,
was Caesar. That wasn't even me.
well, you reposted it
I
on your story."
reposted it, yes.
So I DM'd her and I was like, "Oh, wait, put this one too," and sent her that picture. Dying laughing. It was so funny.
Yeah, I'm a reactive person.
Yeah.
Very expressive.
Yeah, I don't think any of us are able to have a good mask when
Caesar's
it comes
pretty good
to
at masking
things. You think?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I have thoughts that you can't see on my face.
Yeah. See, that's like not at
can't-
all
no,
for me.
no.
I can't do that. There's some
think-
times when I'm talking to Caesar and I just don't know what's going on.
That's scary to me though.
That freaks me out. That's when I start
sorry.
talking more and more and more and I don't shut up.
See, that is, I mean, I'm a psychology whore. I love psychology. And one of the ways to get people to speak their truth, is if you just sit there silently with like a blank face, people will confess all their sins.
Right.
And I love
You do
using
that
those like
all the
little
time.
tricks on people. Is like if I
Yes.
want someone to tell me their entire life, I'll just sit there like this.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Or you ask one question and then you go,
Yeah.
and then you just sit in the silence and they will fill the silence with truth. And I love
Well,
that.
maybe it's because I interview people and I just want to let them have that space.
Yeah.
So when I know that I'm interviewing somebody like on a podcast where it's visual and I might be on camera the whole time, I don't want to have to.
You don't want to detract.
And I also want to process the information before I react to it.
Basically, he's just more mature and with himself.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I can do a pretty good job of that if I'm being intentional. But if someone says something, if someone says something I don't like, my face will literally be like,
Yeah, like I'm sorry. Even if I'm being intentional and you say something that immediately is going to have a rampage of thoughts in my brain, I'm not hiding it.
no. But one of my favorite things about being friends with you is we can be in any social space ever and have a conversation internally with our brains. And so my favorite thing is when someone says something stupid and I look over at Mia and Mia's like,
Yeah.
and then or someone says something or does something weird and we immediately look at each other like, oh my god, please tell me you saw that so we can talk about it later. That's one of the best things about having a best
Good
friend.
feeling,
Yeah.
It's a good feeling.
Yeah, I agree. That is a good feeling. Love you.
The love fest.
We just did at the same time.
Wow.
Did you catch that on
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
Well,
camera?
everything is actually recorded.
Yeah,
We
just so you
do.
know.
We
What if
do.
it wasn't the whole time?
We do say that we often wish that people would follow around with us with cameras. I don't know if that's narcissistic, but
We're so narcissistic when we're together.
when we're together, we are. It's horrible. I think Mia makes me a better person in every sense of the word.
Would you do that if you got the opportunity to have your own reality show? But they follow you not to the bathroom or something, but any
No,
uncomfortable
follow us to the bathroom.
any uncomfortable moment in your life has to be filmed. I'm watching this
Yes.
show right now called, he's a comedian, his name is Gerard Carmichael, and
so funny.
he has a show now. It's a reality show where he's having these real conversations with people that they don't want to have. The clip that went viral was him telling Tyler the Creator, "I'm in love with you," and Tyler the Creator can't. He doesn't love him back. Have you seen that?
That's funny. Yeah. I've
Okay, I
seen that.
didn't know his name.
Yeah.
He
it's
is
just-
funny.
He's funny, and that show is just all moments
That's
like that.
literally
Perfect.
me down to a T.
Oh, it so is.
So you would do that? You would be like, "I'm gonna be in this uncomfortable spot. I need cameras."
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I like try and like make you uncomfortable on purpose sometimes, just because I
Mia
wanna
likes
see what you-
tension.
It's
Any
also
kind of
just,
tension.
like,
It makes life
Come
exciting.
on, just like I'm being silly.
Crack.
Be silly,
Be
with,
silly
me.
with me.
Yeah.
I
Well, it's-
love that.
I like that. I like feeling on the edge a little bit. That's why I enjoy doing the show.
Yes. You have some hot takes that you want to talk about.
Well, yeah. I mean, I talked about the coffee
Pull
one.
out your fucking phone.
Yeah, we got.
I don't know if I want to spend all of them on this podcast because I do want to come back and share.
Yeah,
more.
come back once a month with a hot take.
Yeah.
Slay.
Okay.
Yeah, we got like 10 minutes. So
Okay,
we
great.
got time.
We can end on this.
Yeah.
I want to know your guys' thoughts on. So I'm like a word nerd. I'm a vocab nerd, and I think it's really interesting, like the connotations of words and how people, like, I could have an idea about what a word means to me, and you could have a completely idea about what that word means to you. And I think that's always fascinating, and I think that's why communication is so important. But one of the things I was thinking about is compliments. When people compliment you, there's a bunch of different words that people use. People use cute, pretty, beautiful, stunning, handsome, all of those words. And I think it's interesting that we have certain reactions to different compliments. And I wanted to know if you had like a preferred compliment. Like, how would you feel if someone called you cute versus how would you feel if someone called you hot? Like, any thoughts?
You go.
I think I would. I think
Because
I'd
my immediate first thing was to just make a joke, but let's be serious for a second.
I think I have a different reaction to it, like because the words mean something different.
Right.
Somebody could say I'm cute and not be anything other than like it's just you look good or handsome. Even handsome, I would take as not like super like this person's trying to get at me. But if they said said hot,
you're thinking of it as like compliments between like someone who wants me.
well, who why else would somebody call you hot or cute?
I think you're hot and cute.
I guess.
And do I want you? No.
No.
Okay, well, I guess, I mean, that brings up an interesting point. Is there compliments that you would prefer to have by strangers and compliments you would prefer to have by your significant other? Like, you would rather have a stranger call you cute than hot, but you would rather have your partner call you hot than cute. Is it how you wish to
Yeah.
be viewed in relationships?
I think so.
I have always had...
That's interesting.
Do you have thoughts?
Yeah. Again, because I'm so in tune with myself, it's like I immediately feel a reaction when somebody says something like that to me, when somebody does give me a compliment. I mean, there's literally nothing in the world that I love more when either a partner, fucking you, fucking anybody is like, you look sexy. Yeah, I know. I'm a hot bitch.
I think it says something different about how other
And my
people view
whole
you.
persona just like changes where I'm like, wow, you think I'm sexy? What the fuck am I doing?
Yeah.
What am I doing?
I guess I wouldn't be able
love
to
that.
say that to people because I wouldn't want to come off a certain way. Like I wouldn't compliment somebody by saying, "Oh, that's sexy."
Right. And I think that's not. Wait, hold on. Say
Say
that
it again.
I wouldn't compliment somebody. I wouldn't compliment somebody except for like somebody that I'm, with.
Okay.
Like I wouldn't just be like to my friend,
I can't
"Hey,
wait
you're
to watch
sexy."
that back.
What happened?
No, me and I just
I had
redid
the
that
same
thing.
thought.
So-
we just had an internal thought in our brain.
Sorry.
What did you think I said?
No.
Well, it's fine. Just keep going.
I wouldn't compliment somebody by saying they're sexy because I don't want to be perceived a certain way. Like I would never like see something you're wearing and be like, "Oh, Mia, that's sexy." I'd be like, "Oh, it looks good."
I mean, I think
I would throw up on
I think
you.
that's a huge running trend in the way that you view yourself and the way that you don't want to be seen by others, because you've brought it up in multiple different episodes now by saying like, "Oh, I don't want to come across a certain way."
Yeah.
You should talk about that in therapy. No, but I think
I'm worried about it.
no, it's just like I think it's good that you are aware of how other people view you and you're being intentional with your words and your actions.
Yeah.
But I also think there might be a level of like walls up or like
Yeah, like, do you think you're sexy?
insecurity.
I think so. Yeah.
No, but I'm saying like
Tight.
Caesar in the first episode talked about not wanting to be overly friendly with
Right.
coworkers because he didn't want to be seen as a creep.
Yeah.
And then there's also been a couple other times where you've like brought that up, and I think that's really beautiful and also haunting in the same way.
Yeah.
Of like, I wonder what that means to you, and if you pushed the boundary either way, like if you were less intentional, or if you cared a little bit less about how people viewed you, or if you cared more, how that would affect
The way that you said things.
Yeah, one way or the
the
other.
way you move through the world and how other people view you. But you were saying sexy is your preferred compliment.
Yeah.
You were saying I would feel uncomfortable telling someone that they were sexy. You feel sexy, but you would prefer different compliments
because
from different
obviously,
relationships.
Yeah.
Sexy, by definition, is like, I want to have sex with that person.
Yeah.
So it's like,
No,
I understand why
literal.
that would like make somebody uncomfortable for sure. But like, I really don't like when somebody's like, oh, you're hot. I don't like that. I think that's weird. And then on the other end, it's either like, I want somebody to tell me I'm sexy, or I want somebody to not compliment my looks at all, and I want them to compliment something else.
Yeah. I fully agree. I have a lot of thoughts on this. But I think one of the things is my entire life, almost every compliment I've ever gotten was cute.
I hate that.
And
it's almost like a slap in the face.
Yeah. And I think like people mean it with good intentions, I think. But I also am like, especially being an adult woman, like just because I'm short, just because I'm small, just because I'm blonde, like I genuinely think that's where that compliment comes from, is from the way that people perceive me. Like I want to be beautiful. Like people don't see Megan Fox and go, oh my God, yeah, she's so cute.
They go, "She's hot."
They go, she's hot. She's stunning. She's gorgeous. And I think I've always, like, I have an insecurity about it, but I also think it's about the denotation, the connotation of vocabulary and how we hold that in our brain. Like, I'm probably just being way too overthinky about it.
No, I think that's interesting.
Yeah.
But I also agree with you in the fact that I would so much rather have a compliment that's not about my looks, because I'm already insecure about everything I do, everything I say, how I'm sitting, how I'm looking.
Well, it's also, we're not superficial people.
No.
We're not shallow people either. It's like I've known you for so long now, and it's like when I tell people about you, it's not like, oh, she's hot, she's blonde. I'm like, she's the funniest, smartest person I fucking know.
Right. And I think everyone treasures those compliments. My favorite compliment, and it's a little weird, it's a little off the cuff, love all those, but is when someone tells me I smell good, and I know it's because no one would not smell you, or like you smell bad and go out of the way to be like, oh, you smell good.
Or you know what's a good one? And I've told you this before. When someone compliments my walk.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, yes.
Visual.
It's like someone... Yeah, it's like when someone compliments you and like sees you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hot, sexy.
I don't care about how I look.
Yeah.
And I don't need that reassurance, because honestly, it's gonna make me more insecure. Because if someone calls you cute, someone calls you pretty, if someone says you look good, they could fully be lying.
Yeah.
If someone says you smell good, they ain't lying.
No.
They are not
they're
lying.
not.
If someone says your walk is good, they're not lying to you. Because you wouldn't think, oh, that person has... Like, do you know what I mean? Maybe I have trust issues.
To me, somebody saying something about my looks, it's like, yeah, I know that. Like, tell me something.
Tell me something
else.
I don't know.
Go further.
Yes.
Like when somebody compliments like
it
something I
doesn't
did.
matter how I look.
Yeah.
It does not matter how I look. Notice the little things. It's about the little things. It's about who I am as a person, not how you view me on a shallow level. It does. It feels shallow.
Yeah.
I agree. Well,
Goddamn.
goddamn.
I will say something before we go about what you said earlier about how I am focused on being perceived, and I put that barrier up. Something I realized yesterday when I was talking to my wife Carla, I was like saying like, I feel like at the end of the day, I have this imposter syndrome, not just about the success that I have, but more like I feel like if somebody finds out one thing about me, like that's the end of the friendship. So like I feel like I have to be so careful around people.
You were saying that you think you might have OCD.
Oh, I know for sure I do.
Okay,
I went through the treatment for it.
So I experience symptoms of something called moral OCD, which is like it stems off perfectionism. It stems off obsessive compulsive disorder.
Yeah.
And it's where you I fully agree with you on this, is like, you've made mistakes. You have this insane internal obsessive fear that you're a bad person. And if someone finds out that thought, like if someone else sees that in you, would be the end of the world.
Yeah.
When in reality, we're human beings and we make mistakes and we don't always come off the way we want to. And we're not perfect, but and that's what I work in therapy, is I have this insane belief that I'm a bad, evil, terrible person, which is not the case.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, and I think sometimes I agree with you, is I'm a little bit concerned with how I affect other people, because the second I have some perceived connection of, oh, I'm a bad person, I made a mistake, I hurt someone else, then my entire world shuts down.
Yeah. No, it's true.
So I get that.
Exactly how I feel.
Yeah.
I
not alone.
couldn't relate.
You're not alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Damn.
But I think we just need people in our lives to reassure us that we are not bad people, even if we make a mistake.
Yeah.
And when we're not perfect. And honestly, getting the chance to love with intention and getting a chance to love other people and be loved in exactly our most vulnerable state, and that reassurance of, if you make a mistake, that people aren't going to leave, that people aren't going to walk away, and if they do, it wasn't about you.
Yeah.
Having that opportunity to have that kind of love is kind of the only way through. And those boundaries that we put up, and struggling to be vulnerable or struggling to overthink our actions and our words in case we make a mistake or someone finds out that we're bad or that we're evil. A, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy, and B, like, it's just, you're not being your most authentic self. And so love is never going to feel that fulfilling if you don't open yourself up to making mistakes and letting the people that love you hold you through that and say, you're okay, you're not bad. I think that's everything.
Yeah. No, and that's what I told Carla, because yesterday was our 5-year wedding anniversary. And I told her, I was like, I think the hardest thing for me was accepting the fact that I deserve this kind of love.
Yeah.
And it's
no,
it's
rough.
Yeah.
I mean, it's honestly painful to be loved if you've experienced some tainted form of love or anything like that. Like, it's work to be loved if you don't, fully love yourself.
Yeah.
And I think that's where, I hate when people say things that are true. I really do.
Like, that you can't love another person before you love yourself?
Kind of, or like those
truth.
little like metaphors you hear when you're younger, like every moral thing that children's books are written about, like if you don't have anything nice, don't say anything at all. If you can't love yourself or you can't love someone else until you love yourself, like treat others how you want to be treated. Like, all of those things are there for a reason. And I truly believe you only start to recognize it once your frontal lobe starts forming. But there's a flip side to that, and there's a balance to that. Like, no one's ever going to fully be in love with themselves. And if they do, that's maybe an issue.
Right.
But
You might be bordering on narcissism.
Right.
Actually.
So you're going to make mistakes, and sometimes you have to say the wrong thing. Sometimes you have to say the negative thing in order to see how that feels and experiment with that and forgive yourself and have other people forgive you and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I think it's interesting.
Yeah, I love love. I love love. I've never really, I've had tainted versions of it, but I feel like that's never once stopped me from being like, oh, I never want to be in a relationship again, or I never want to feel this again. Oh God, I've never been like that. I've always been ready to be like, okay, that one didn't work out. Yeah, that sucks. And I've definitely had a healthier mindset over the years of just dating and being in relationships and stuff. But yeah, I'm ready to give the love. Give me the love. I'm all for it.
At Mia Jade Nash on Instagram.
Yeah. She wants love. Go give it to her.
Yeah, I just I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
I wonder if there's anyone who doesn't like love.
Hit us up.
Sociopath.
It's going to be the question on
Crazy.
Spotify. Do you not like love?
Yeah.
Right.
What's your relationship to love? What's your relationship to compliments?
Well, I'll tell you something I love this episode.
Yeah. I love you guys. Thanks for having me on.
You're
Yeah,
so
it was
welcome.
fun.
That was so fun.
Yeah.
That was so awesome. Well, we're Decade Dialogue. That was episode 6. Hope you enjoyed. Bye.
Don't you say like this is the show where
Oh, you want me to include that too? Okay,
Yeah,
I
that's
got
the-
you.
the
That's
end of
our.
the
That's
show.
our. Okay, then cut all that shit out. Hold on.
just do it and then I'll insert it.
Okay,
It's
okay,
important.
okay.
Sounds nice.
This is the podcast where we talk about anything and everything and completely nothing at all. Thanks for joining us. We love you. You're hot, sexy.